Okay, so we've got our grounded wiring all set, ready to go. I've got 2 outlets here. I'll give you a look. Right here is one of them, and another one is over here by the door. And so this is where all of the equipment that I'll have will be connected to, and so we won't fry any of our equipment and we won't have any sparks flying. So next thing that is up that I've got to do is take all these little plates off, tape up the trim, and get some paint on the studio walls. And I'll show you a sample of that paint that I chose right now. All right, so here is a paint sample of the color that I chose. This is from Lowe's. It's a Valspar Indigo Streamer, and it's kind of dark, but I wanted to have something a little more cozy than white walls. I had my first home studio, I had kind of a bluish gray, and I liked it, but it just didn't seem cozy enough. And I don't know, I like the darker settings, and it also will look good on camera, and anything that you put in front of it will kind of show up a little better. I know y'all have probably seen a lot of YouTube studios and stuff go with a little bit darker, but once this is on, it actually doesn't look as dark, and I don't have any kind of like proper lighting set up just yet. But anyways, went with the Indigo Streamer from Lowe's. So let's see what it looks like on the wall. So, as you can see, we're gonna need 2 coats. But I was kind of expecting that because this is a pretty dark color and the color underneath it was pretty light. And so that's what you get, but I'm really happy with it so far. They also painted the trim the same color as the walls, and so I'm gonna have to paint that with some white trim so that we can match all of the other trim. So yep, that's where we're at. Going to be adding a second coat, and then I will let y'all take a look at it when it's finished. All right, so here are the walls after a second coat, and we've got our trim, so that's all matching. Doors and trim and all the fixtures here. Now, one thing, we've got a ceiling fan, and this won't really ever be used, and we'll get to that a little later in this video series of putting together this studio. And the reason that we're not going to be using this ceiling fan or the lights is because it will be covered by my ceiling clouds, and I'll show you how you can do all of that in a room, an extra room that you have. Maybe it's at your home, or maybe an apartment. You can put up your ceiling clouds even if you have an annoying ceiling fan. So I'll show you all that when we get to putting up all of our acoustic treatment. And I've got the pieces to the desk coming. I've got one piece, I believe, that's coming today, and maybe the other piece is tomorrow or just sometime this week. So hopefully I'll get these videos edited and put out so you can start to see the process, how it's all coming along. And I will say that I'm going to be putting the desk right here, and I will have to sort of semi-build that. You'll see what I'm talking about once I start filming the whole putting the desk together process, and we're going a little bit different here and talk about all that once we get to the desk.